to electoral matters now. Candidates from 18 political parties participating in the presidential election scheduled for February 25 have signed a peace accord in Abuja on Wednesday. Present at the signing of the peace accord were members of the National Peace Committee as well as President Muhammadu Buhari. The presidential candidates who signed the peace accord include Omoyele Sowore of the African Action Congress, Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress, Peter Obi of the Labour Party, Rabiu Kwankwaso of the New Nigeria People's Party, and Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), amongst others. Now, to give a legal insight on the provisions of the Peace Pact, Evans Ufeli, legal practitioner, joins me on the news. Now, thank you very much for joining me. Recall that the first peace accord was signed in September 2022 at the kickoff of the campaign season, but then some candidates acted contrary to the rules of agreement. Now, what's the assurance that they will act according to the new pact that they've just signed?
Well, it appears that the first peace accord that was signed, actually the actors or the candidates did not really take it into mind, because if you look at their campaigns, most of them have had campaigns that are very antagonistic. We've seen where the APC presidential candidates talking tough against Labour Party candidates, and sometimes there's retaliation from the other side, Labour Party talking hard on the other party. Sometimes you find candidates saying their political party only is the political party that exists and that will win and all that. So these are statements that, though may not directly be violent, but they are statements that can easily incite the people. It appears from September to now has been a very long time. But it's good they are signing another peace accord, because the first one, some of the presidential candidates only sent their running mates to sign those peace accords. But today's own, I think that all the presidential candidates, substantive presidential candidates, have come together and they are signing another peace accord to that effect. This peace accord is very important because we are talking about the corporate existence and longevity of the country called Nigeria. We cannot afford to create violence in this time. I mean, we are battling with a lot in this country. This is the time that we must remind the candidates repeatedly on daily basis that we are up in 2023 for a general election, not a general violence, not a festival of anarchy. This is going to be a democratic transition, as it were, as laid down by the 1999 Constitution as amended. And the rules of engagement here is that to change from one government to the other, to transit from one government to the other, the process is through elections. And when you look at the Electoral Act, you look at the Constitution, there is no place for violence under a democratic dispensation. So it's a call once again for all the contestants that you must approach the ballot box with a sense of responsibility. And that sense of responsibility is that the ambition of every candidate, okay, must be kept in such a way that it does not lead to bloodshed.
Well, will you rate security agencies in their preparedness to curb electoral violence? How well will you rate the performance so far?
Some of the past elections we have seen, and the staggered ones that we've had recently, it appears the security apparatus are ready, and it seems that the presidency has also mobilized soldiers for the process. We've seen soldiers here and there, and it has created mixed feelings, whether that is appropriate or not, whether that will lead to voter apathy or not, or whether the proliferation of soldiers as against using policemen will be counterproductive or not. So we are going to watch it. I mean, the security agencies as experts in the field, know the kind of security apparatus that is most needed now in our country. But I must say that these are not regular times. These are times that tries men's soul. And as such, extraordinary measures are required. Perhaps in some very flashpoints of violence, soldiers may be needed. And there may be some places where you have the tendencies or proclivities of a minimal outbreak of violence. You may have policemen in those places, but the rules of engagement is that they must apply the best possible means of securing the ballot box and the human person in this election, such that we don't have casualties. Because most of the times when soldiers are rolled out and
Practitioner Evans Ufeli, many thanks for your time and your contribution.